News First, Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.
A very good morning to you. Today is the 2nd of May 2016, the second day of a brand new month. My name is Chaturanga Puarachi. You're watching the Newsline. Today, Faraz Shaukat Ali could not join us. Our guest this morning for our show is not a stranger to Newsline, Minister of Local Government and Provincial Council, Faiz Mustafa. Very good morning to you, Minister.
Good morning, Chaturanga.
How are you doing?
Good.
A busy day yesterday.
Yes, it was.
First of all, Minister, let me ask you now, today is the 2nd of May. Yesterday, all around the world, workers, the labourers were celebrated. Their hard effort was celebrated. Now, 15 May Day rallies were held here in Colombo. The SLFP meeting was held in Galle. Do you think throughout all these, as a accumulation of all these May Day rallies, do you think the labourer, the worker is represented? Or is it the politician that is represented?
I think today May Day has a political element, but the worker is part of any political party. There is unions being represented by political parties, but it's also been a political event to show their strength and to show that the worker is with that political party. So you're right, Chaturanga, it has moved a little to have a political element as well. But politics is there in everything.
Which May Day rally did you participate in, Mr.?
Obviously, I was in Galle.
And I heard that there was a large gathering there as well.
There's a massive crowd, and I took about 5,000 with me.
5,000.
I was surprised the interest shown to show solidarity with the President and the UPFA and the SLFP. Because at this time, when certain quarters are trying to divide the party, the SLFP showed major interest in expressing their solidarity with the President.
More interest than other years, would you say?
Definitely, because normally a Chaturanga, you take about 1,000 and 1,500. But this time I couldn't control the number who wanted to participate with me. But since its goal is a bit of a logistical nightmare, so I had to restrict it to 5,000.
Do you see a reason as to why this added enthusiasm?
Yeah, because nobody wants the SLFP or the UPA to be divided. So if one is trying to show that the SLFP is divided, the SLFP want to come there and show that they are with the party. Because Chaturanga, any political party, when there is a move to divide it or there is a division of some sort, it's the common supporter or the SLFP, the card holding member, is upset about it, and then you want to come and express their solidarity with the party. So I think this May Day rally in Galle, the SLFP, SLPs came in large numbers to show their solidarity with the party.
That brings me to an interesting point, Minister. Now, there was another meeting held at Kirulapana yesterday, and the joint opposition was organising this. Do you have a comment on this?
I don't know what the label joint opposition means, but there was only one SLFP and there is only one UPFA. So we had a rally in Galle of the UPFA, and there was unprecedented. And
the one held at Kirulapana was not anyway connected.
It is not. I mean, anybody could have any May Day rally, but it's not connected with the SLFP or the UPFA.
So, Minister, is the current government of President Maithripala Sirisena scared of this so-called joint opposition?
I don't see any reason. I mean, Chaturanga, President Maithripala and myself and a few SLFPs took the decision before the 8th of January to leave, and my President Maithripala became the common candidate. If he could take such a decision, I don't think there is anything to worry about some quarter trying to form another alliance or a party or whatever, because the SLFP is strong, the UPF is strong. Because if you look at it, some of them who supported Mahinda Rajapaksa in large numbers before the 8th of January, the SLFP, they want to be with the party, Chaturanga. They don't want to be with anybody else. The same in any political party. A political party does not belong to anybody. SLFP does not belong to President Maithripala Sirisena, nor to Mahinda Rajapaksa or Madam Chandrika Bandaranaike. It belongs to the party and the membership. So therefore I don't see anybody wanting to see a division, and that's why there was an unprecedented crowd to show solidarity with the party and the leadership.
You think the SLFP rally held in Galle was successful?
It was very successful, Chaturanga. I mean, the SLFPs were there, and it was great.
Now, Minister, another interesting statement was made yesterday by UNP parliamentarian and Minister Rajitha Senaratne. He said that at the 2020 presidential elections, we will also see the same two faces, President Maithripala Sirisena and Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe. What do you think he means by this?
I think he means that President Maithripala should give leadership like he did before to everybody. Because President Maithripala's leadership can unify, but I don't think anybody else could unify, because in the search for a common candidate, Chaturanga, everybody looked at all options, and it was President Maithripala Sirisena the uniting factor. I don't think any other candidate, especially with President Mahinda Rajapaksa's state machinery, nobody else could defeat him. So even at 2020, the best option would be for President Maithripala Sirisena to lead.
Now, Minister, another interesting point is that a large number of people were there at Galle, a large number of people were there at the UNP rally and other May Day rallies held around Colombo. The worker had many choices to go to, depending on their political stance, depending on their political party. Who do you think represents the worker today in political terms? Who would represent the worker?
I think even with regard to all, even with regard to the budget, many issues, President Maithripala, who took bold decisions, looking at the interest of the commoner. I mean, let's face it, the United National Party is more private sector oriented. But with regard to the common man, the worker in the private sector, it is the SLFP who has always looked at their interest or agitated for their interest. UNP believes in the trickle-down effect. Whereas we directly look at the interest of the employee, we would step in and say no. Even the private sector, the rights of the worker is being curtailed or trampled or whatever. So I think the SLFP has been the common man's party. So I think we look after the interests of the common man more than any other political party. Because the United National Party believes the trickle-down effect. They believe in capitalism. They believe that if corporates do well, it will trickle down to the worker. But if you see global trends, social welfare is needed. The state has to step in. Because the private sector would always look at making profit. Their concern of the welfare of the worker is somewhat limited.
Taking all this into consideration, Minister, why Galle? You yourself said that there was a logistical issue and you could only take 5,000.
No, logistical issue. I mean, the South has never got opportunity. I mean, everything should not be centralized in Colombo. I mean, first time in the history of the SLFP that we should have May Day rallies in all parts. UMP has had it in Badul at one time, SLFP also had it elsewhere. I mean, centralizing it in Colombo is also a logistical nightmare. For people like us who are from Colombo, it is a bit of a logistical nightmare. Going to go compare vis-a-vis Colombo, but then you take the people in the south. For them, they are given the opportunity. If you have a May Day rally in any part of the country, majority of the crowd is from that area. So what my view is, Chaturanga, you should give the May Day rally to workers of every part, every year, to participate in large number.
Now, Minister, another famous story that when it comes to political rallies is that people are given money and people are given various other benefits to attend these meetings.
I mean,
Does the same
some
happen
politicians do. I think you can't restrict to a particular political party. It depends on who the organizer is. Some political parties would try to entice.
Would you do this?
I would never do it. I have never given alcohol, but I mean, if I take a crowd, I'll see that their meals are given, their logistics are sorted out. But I would not entice them by giving them money.
But do they join your? Did they join your rally here in Galle this time around with the sole purpose of the love for their party?
I mean, obviously, I mean, there is no other. I mean, it's not a fun trip. No? Going from Colombo to Galle, spending the whole day walking 5 kilometers. I walk with my.
Despite the rain.
Despite the rain, because I feel that if you bring a crowd, you have to be with them. I mean, various political parties, not the political parties, various organizers, some like to entice to entice crowds by alcohol. Some want to make it a fun trip. But then everybody has their own way of doing things. But then again, I look at it to entice them only for the purpose of giving solidarity to the party.
Now, Minister, we were talking about leadership. Do you think Maithripala Sirisena, the president of the country, is the real leader of the country?
Chaturanga, he has been a unifying factor. SLFP and the UNP have been fighting each other. This time at the general elections, no party got a majority. So the message President Maithripala gave was, I will unify both political parties and take the country forward. He said country before party. Normally it's party before country. So he has been a unifying factor. There are issues with regard to policies of the UNP. It's a tough journey, but I believe that he can steer us through, and we will achieve economic and social prosperity. Because economic prosperity alone is not prosperity in my view.
Moving a bit away from the May Day as altogether, now President Maithripala Sirisena held a discussion with media personalities the day before yesterday in the evening. Now one interesting factor that was spoken about at that meeting was when a question was raised by one of our journalists on our sister channel Sirasa TV. The president said that a program such as Gammadda, where we discuss a plethora of issues faced by rural villagers, should be held here in Colombo as well. Now this coincides, this links to your ministry as well. Do you think that this is necessary? The people of Colombo also face similar issues like what the rural areas face.
Firstly, Chaturanga, I'm honoured that we partnered with Gammadda, and then I went to Ilgamu and I got opportunity of seeing the amount of work which all have done, and my ministry also took a certain responsibility, and now President's wish is that we have Nagarammadda, because Chaturanga, if you see poverty, basic shelter and sanitation at a village level, you have both to a certain extent. But in Colombo, 300-400 square feet, you have 20-30 living in those conditions in a house that's small.
Yes.
So people sleep in rotations. There is no sanitation because there are no toilets in the house. Ladies go to the toilet only during the day. In the night they can't go because there are. So there are major issues, and I've always been echoing this sentiment. There is more poverty in Colombo Central, my electorate, than in the village. The education, sanitation, and people, and somehow successive governments have not addressed this issue. So if you all start a program like Nagarammadda, I'll be honored to partner with you all, because my Colombo Central, there are burning issues, and I think we all focus on villages because we have the perception that there is poverty in the village, but there is major poverty in towns. So if we can address this issue, and you all can give leadership, because you all never have political agendas, but you all connect directly with the people. Politicians, they'll connect through the local bodies. By the time that happens,
That will take too long.
So I think public awareness, and you all have always taken social responsibility to another level. So that's why I think His Excellency President, watching Gammadda, seeing what you all have done, has echoed his sentiment that you all should start Nagarammadda. So I think it's a very good idea, and you all could solve a lot of issues by starting a similar program.
That brings me once again to an interesting point. Now, you yourself joined us at Vilgamur. Now, these issues, the number of issues faced by villages is not a thing that can be solved in a day or two, not solved in overnight. But do you think that at least a little bit of the major problems that are faced, can be solved through your ministry or any other means?
A simple thing. There were two villages. Normally you have to walk about 8-9 kilometers. But if I could put a bridge, you could connect both villages without having that issue. And through your program, we identified some of those villages and we have started work. Similarly, certain infrastructure. Because you're right, Chaturanga, some may say you can't solve all these issues. But if you solve a few issues, you can create a major transformation. Like water tanks which are distributed, certain houses which are built, certain infrastructure work. I'll give you a simple example. We went to a hospital in Vilgamur. There was a purifying some equipment which needed only 12,000 rupees, right? But for the last 6 months, because of that, they couldn't have proper drinking water in the hospital. So we managed to, a few of us got together and raised that. So small issue, that 12,000 rupees, Chaturanga, create a major transformation in that community. So you don't need large amounts of money. You need commitment and honesty in resolving the issues which you all have. So I had the opportunity of going with you all and see, and you don't need large amounts of funds. A small amount can create a major transformation.
With that, Minister, we will go into a short commercial break and we will join you once again on Newsline. Stay with News First. Good morning to you. Welcome back. You're watching the Newsline with the Minister of Local Government and Provincial Council, Faiz Mustafa. Reminder before we move into the next question session, you can watch this show once again right after the prime time lunch bulletin on News First. That's at around 12:45 p.m. With that, Minister, several members of the SLFP were found to have done things that go against the constitution of the party. The President also made a statement saying that stern action will be taken following the May Day. What do you think this will surround?
I mean, Chaturanga, President Maithripala Sirisena given certain amount of freedom or leverage to certain members of the SLFP to sit in opposition. And in certain instances, that freedom has been abused. The party General Secretary also continuously echoed the sentiment that if party discipline is broken, that stern action would be taken, which President Maithripala Sirisena also has echoed. One journalist asked me, is it a violation if members of the SLFP participate in another May Day rally? So I turned around and told him that any political party expects their membership to participate in their May Day rally, especially if the party has given notice. End of the day, Chaturanga, I would not like to express my private sentiments, but I would like to say that this is a decision which would be taken at the Central Committee of the SLFP. I believe personally, if I have violated the party constitution by not participating in the May Day rally of the SLFP, the disciplinary action could be taken against me. But then again, I belong to a political party and the UPFA Central Committee SLFP Central Committee would decide what course of action should be taken. So I don't want to echo any sentiments because it's a decision which would be taken at party level. But I believe that any party needs to maintain discipline.
Let me follow the question a bit more. Would the party membership of former President Mahinda Rajapaksa be abolished or withdrawn because of the same reason?
Chaturanga, this is a matter. President Mahinda Rajapaksa is also a member of parliament representing the UPFA and the SLFP. So it is a matter for the party to see that if any member violates, what course of action should be taken. So in the next few days, we could see what action, whoever violates the party constitution, the party is compelled to take this disciplinary action irrespective of who the person is. So it is left for the party to see what course of action should be taken. But the party General Secretary has continuously echoed the sentiment that if anyone violates the party constitution, that disciplinary action would be taken.
Moving on from the May Day and the SLFP to your ministry respectively, the Local Government and Provincial Councils, the elections are still to be held. What is going on?
Chaturanga, I've been continually saying this. This election is not been delayed due to President Maithripala Sirisena or the conduct of my ministry. The delimitation process which was carried out and which was gazetted by President Maithripala Sirisena, and the delimitation process took a very long time. I would say that the delimitation process was done in an air-conditioned room without going to the people. But it's majorly flawed, discriminative of minorities, and it's also discriminative.
Let me at that moment take a step back and ask you, in a hypothetical situation, if the country went ahead with the election with the details that you had at the time, what would have happened?
There would have been a major discrimination to the minorities, and also the manner in which wards have been created, especially all political parties, including President Maithripala Sirisena, who is the leader of the SLFP and the UPFA, very clearly stated that this delimitation process has been done to further the interests of a particular person or a political party, and that he, the president of this country, would only conduct the election after a delimitation process which is fair to all is carried out. So therefore that obligation is cast upon me. His Excellency the President and the Prime Minister, I had a meeting with all political parties where they participated, and a mandate was given to me to clearly carry out the appellate process of the delimitation, and see that all parties and all persons are satisfied, because at the end of it, it will affect the franchise.
Once again, let me ask you, you said that this is not being delayed due to the actions of the President or the Prime Minister. Is the government in any way scared of whatever the opposition is?
Why should the government be scared? What is there to be scared of? We have toppled President Mahinda Rajapaksa with all his state machinery. So we are a government, and especially the President Maithripala Sirisena is a bold president who is willing to take decisions which are right. So having a local government election, I don't see we are not fearful at all. In fact, the General Secretary of the UPFA came and met me and said, we want the election as soon as possible. I said, I am not willing to dance according to secretaries of political parties, because my obligation is to the country as large. So I'll take a little time, because my party, the SLFP and the UPFA, is agitating that the election is held soon as possible, because the General Secretary of the UPFA feels that having the election as soon as possible is beneficial to the UPFA. So the UPFA is pushing me to have the election as soon as possible, but I am answerable not to a political party. I am part of the UPFA, but I can't look at it from a political dimension. Therefore, I have told the General Secretary very clearly, I will not dance according to the way General Secretaries of parties ask me, because my obligation is to the country at large.
In that same instance, let me ask you, is the current government too confident? Are they overconfident about themselves?
I mean, the people have elected them. All governments are confident.
But overconfident?
I don't think there's a sense of overconfidence. I mean, in the past, when you're in power, when people have voted for you for a 5-year term, you're confident during that 5-year term to do just to the people. But then when there are elections, and if there is a setback, then people think. I think at the moment we're going the right direction. His Excellency the President, looking at the social welfare of the people at all times, he has changed government policy, he has changed tax directions, because he
does not have a personal agenda.
President Maithripala Sirisena has no personal agenda. He in fact during the 19th Amendment, I was in the committee which looked at the interests of the UPFA. When I went and told him, sir, why do you want to reduce this power? He said, no, I have given a pledge to the country and have to carry that forward. I looked at it from a UPFA dimension. We have a UPFA president, right? So we want to keep his power intact. But he said, no, I have given a pledge at the election and I want to carry out that pledge. I'll tell you, Shyam Chaturanga, no other president would have shed his power. President Maithripala Sirisena did during the 19th Amendment. Every president during the election made statements about giving up his power. When he sat on that seat, he echoed a different sentiment or found reasons to move away from that.
Your ministry, the provincial government and provincial council and the local government, given the delimitation process and demarcation process concludes at any point, do you think your ministry is ready to take up the responsibility of having an election?
We have. I would have had the election if the delimitation was done properly. But now I'll have to give a further extension because the committee informs me that they require further time. That's why I've continuously had press briefings and informed the general public. I'll give you another example. There is a certain ward, a certain local body where there is a national park going through it. So for a voter to go and vote, he has to go 13 kilometers. And there is many wards where the boundary is Pereira's wall. So if Pereira's wall sells it to Somadasa, then there's a problem. The delimitation process has been done, the wards have been created, the plans have been done, which is not acceptable at all, Chaturanga.
When do you think the elections will be?
It'll have to be next year.
Next year.
I had a discussion with Excellency the President and he gave me time until April next year. So I'll have to delay this process.
Coming back from your ministry to the country as a whole, now the IMF loan is agreed to, $1.5 billion US. There is a VAT increase that is in effect from today. How do you see this trend? The view of the government is all this is done because of the loans taken during the past. Chaturanga, I'm not very strong when it comes to economics. So some of my knowledge with some of these issues may be limited. So I don't like to. But I believe that with regard to VAT, obviously it will have an impact. But there are certain times you have to tighten your belts.
world economy is bad. We have a major burden with regard to loans. So, I mean, for the government to carry forward, we have to do this. I would be lying if I say that the tax burden, the VAT increase will cause, it will cause somewhat a burden. But then, various times in history, the public at large has been asked to tighten their belts. We need, obviously, you need tax revenue to do just to the people. So these things are done looking at the greater good of the country and the people at large.
Right. Now, another interesting point is that it was mentioned even at the UNP May Day rally yesterday. President also has made the statement time and time again that the corrupt individuals who were involved in fraud and corruption during the previous government will be brought before the law. This was very clearly mentioned yesterday at the UNP rally as well. How do you see this?
So,
what do you think will
I
happen?
don't think this government is interested in shielding any person, irrespective of who it is. President Maithripala Sirisena gave a pledge, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe gave a pledge. But you know, any legal process, Chaturanga, takes time. So that machinery is working. And I believe that all those who are responsible will be brought to book. Sorry.
Yeah. So, Minister, once again, if I may quickly go back to the May Day rallies, once again, the former president addressing the Kilopana rally also hinted at something that would seem like the government is pressurizing his people, that his family members, and that the government will take them to take them before legal action forcibly. What is this? Is the president former president rather, trying to give out a message, or?
I think Chaturanga, he has echoed those sentiments, but the machinery will take its course. So, I mean, everybody is entitled to have their opinion, so he has expressed that sentiment. But I believe that President Maithripala Sirisena nor Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe is interested in persecuting anybody. So I would not say, if anybody says that there is persecution by this regime, I would not agree.
And now coming back, you also said that the elections will be held next year. There will be a small burden on the people as
not small burden, Chaturanga. I don't know. I mean, there will be. I mean, due to what has been done in the past, since there is a heavy, we have taken a great number of loans which have to be repaid, and also we have to. Obviously, you need revenue to do just for social welfare. So, I mean, that hike would definitely have some effect.
Okay, so with all this, is the country going through a good time or a bad time?
I mean, we will convert whatever has to be done and give the country a good time. I mean, we have, when you have a successive government, has to take over what has been done in the past. So we have to rectify matters and move forward. And I think President Maithripala Sirisena has the will and the determination. And collectively this government has a responsibility to do just. And I believe that we will put things right. There will be issues, there will be difference of opinion in certain instances, because it's a tough journey. With SLFP and the UNP, the way we look at things are different. Policies and the way we do things also somewhat different. But we have come together in the interest of the nation, and I'm sure that we will steer this forward.
You saw the crowd that attended the SLFP May Day rally yesterday in Gaur. Do you think the people like the SLFP or they love the SLFP?
They love the SLFP. I mean, one thing, Chaturanga, some for him to forget, who are trying to move away from the party. President Maithripala Sirisena is the president because of the SLFP. His political journey was the SLFP. President Mahinda Rajapaksa's political journey was with the SLFP. And all those who have got positions through the SLFP should be conscious of one fact, that they are what they are, not because of them, but it is because of the journey they had with the party. So I would like to again echo that sentiment to anybody who is trying to divide the party. Don't do that. You are holding political office today because of the SLFP, and your journey is with the SLFP if you want to move forward. The moment you distance yourself, your journey will be shortened. Party will survive. There are even Andhra Bandar Nayaka, he left the party, came back. Maithripala Sirisena left the party and came back. Madam Chandrika Bandar Nayaka. They all, at the end of it, party comes first. And it is the party that can steer you to where you are.
Is the SLFP a strong party?
It is a strong party, and nobody, through divisive tactics or whatever, can destroy the SLFP. Whoever tries to destroy the SLFP would be involved in self-destruction.
No one can divide the SLFP.
SLFP will survive those who try to divide will perish. That is my view.
Not even the former president can divide this election.
I wish he doesn't do so, because I would like to point fingers at anybody. Anybody who tries to divide the party would be engaging self-destruction. That is my humble view, Chaturanga.
Thank you, Minister, for joining us on the Newsline program this morning. I'm sure if Mr. Faraz Shaukat Ali was here with us this morning, he would have asked you more questions and given you a harder time.
I wish him a speedy recovery, Chaturanga.
Same here. Thank you, Minister, once again for joining us this morning. That was, of course, the Minister of Local Government and Provincial Council, Minister Faisal Mustafa, joining us on the Newsline program. A small reminder that you can once again watch the repeat telecast of this program at 12:45 after the prime time lunch bulletin on TV1. News First has always been your friend. We brought you the news first and fast. So join us. Keep watching News First. For the News First team, I'm Chaturanga Puarachi. Take care.
News First, Newsline with Faraz Shaukat Ali.